guys, it's Brooke and welcome to a new art video. Today we are going to be learning how to draw something very special, and I have a few very special friends here today to help me. This is Chica. She is my pet silky chicken. These are her little babies that we just had. Today we will be learning how to draw a chick hatching out of an egg. The supplies you will need today is a piece of blank paper, a Sharpie or black marker for outlining, an optional pencil if you'd like to sketch out your drawing first, and some coloring supplies. If you're using a Sharpie to outline with, you don't have to worry about your colors bleeding. If you are using a black marker, you might want to color with colored pencils or crayons just so you won't have the black bleed into the other colors. With that, let's get started. I'm going to go right in with my Sharpie, but like I said before, feel free to take that pencil and sketch it out first if you'd like. Also, feel free to pause this video at any time so you can draw at your own pace. First thing we're going to be making is a little chick in a shell, and it'll be perfect for Easter time. Of course, who doesn't like chicks all year round? I like to start a little bit above the center of the paper, and we're going to start with the beak. So I'm going to start with this little frowny face line, which is going to be the top of the beak. I'm going to make a rounded off point for the bottom of the beak. And we want to make this little guy smiling, so we're going to add some little smile lines on the side. Next up, let's go ahead and make his beak open. So I'm going to go ahead and do another little pointed triangle shape right underneath the other one. We just want his mouth to be open a little bit, and we're going to add a little pink tongue. So far, so good? We're going to go ahead and draw the bottom part of the beak. So I want to go out a little ways and do another little triangle shape, little point at the bottom. Now I'm going to make some little cheeks. Even though chicks don't really have cheeks, it's going to be the corners of his mouth that I'm going to connect those 2 points that we left off together. And just like that, our little chick has a beak. Next up, we're going to do the eyes. I'm going to make a small oval on the side of the beak, on each side. Of course, if you want to change up the eyes, feel free to. That's the best thing about doing a cartoon, is there's so many different styles that you can draw them in. If you look closely at an eye, it's very reflective, and it also has a little shiny white spot on it called the highlight. So we're going to go ahead and add that little highlight right in the center of our oval. Next, we're going to move on to our little chick's round head. We're going to be making a circle with a little bit of fluff at the top, and I'm going to show you how we're going to do this. We're going to start at his forehead and draw a curved line down and underneath the beak. You don't want the line to actually touch the beak. We're going to leave a little bit of space to connect it to the body. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, starting at the top of his forehead, drawing a curved line down. It's okay if your curves are not perfect. Any little imperfections just give your cartoon more character. Next up, we're going to add some cute little feather tufts on the top of his head. So I'm going to make a curved, pointed shape right at the top. It's going to be one feather. And then I'm going to overlap and do another curved shape right next to it. We're going to make that one just a little bit bigger. I'm actually going to just connect this line. You can also add a third feather if you want to. Next, we're going to move on to his wings. I'm going to draw a straight line out from his head. It's moving slightly up in a diagonal line. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Next, we're going to make some curved shapes to be his feathers. So I'm going to start at the tip of that line that I drew and curve down, kind of like a sideways smiley face, down, and down again. I should have 3 little curved lines going down and getting smaller on the last one. Great, and now we can do it on the other side. So I'm just going to curve, go down and curve, down and curve, up a little ways. I like to add a second layer of feathers, just doing the same thing. So a sideways smile, same thing on the other side. Our little guy is really starting to come together. Next thing we have to add is the shell that he's popping out of. So I'm going to start underneath the wing, a little bit past his head, and we're just going to do some jagged lines for the top part of the broken shell. You can do these all different sizes, you can do them different heights, however you would like to do it. This next part can be a little tricky, so get out that pencil if you need to. We're going to connect the 2 edges of the broken top of the shell with a curve at the bottom. An egg is very long, so I want to go ahead and make my bottom of my shell a little bit long so I have room to fit the body of the chick in it. You don't want his little toes to be all crammed in there. You can connect the body directly to the egg to make this a little bit simpler, but I want to add his little feet poking out the top of the shell. I'm going to start with one toe underneath one wing, and I'm going to come in, go back up, down, up, down. So it makes 3 little rounded mountain shapes, and where that wing is, I actually just hit it underneath. I'm going to add 2 little points in the background to make it look 3-dimensional, and a few other little details like some little shell bits and a shadow underneath. Adding a little bit of color or shading to your piece can really turn it into a masterpiece, so go ahead and get out those crayons, those colored pencils, those markers, and let's get to coloring in this really cute little chick drawing. With markers, I like to color in little circles so that you don't get those big nasty streaks when it dries. Really take your time and enjoy the process of coloring something in. It can actually be quite relaxing. For some simple shading, pretend that there is a light shining down on the chick and grab a color that is 1 shade darker than your base color and just add a shadow underneath any lines that would be overlapping something else. I added some underneath the head, underneath the beak, and underneath the feathers. I'm also going to add a little shadow line to the underside of the wings to make them look a little bit more rounded. I'm going through the same process with my orange. You could also decorate the shell with different patterns if you wanted to make this drawing for Easter. There you have it, guys. That is our little chick popping out of the shell. I hope you guys enjoyed this how to draw video as much as I did. Please let me know if you drew this along with me or you're going to attempt it in the comments down below. Hi, Chica. Hi! Remember to like and subscribe and share this video wherever you can, be it Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, and make sure to show your friends and family because it really helps me out. God bless, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye! Chica, we're gonna have to edit this out of the video.